As I was saying a while ago, a van is bought for 4,500 cash on August 2, right? Now, the van is an asset and also cash. The asset of van is increasing while cash is what? Decreasing. So therefore, the effect is that it is an increase in the asset of van. So therefore, you what? Debit the van account. And the decrease in the asset of cash, you what? Credit the cash account. Good. The first thing then is that then you would debit the van with what? 4,500 on the date of August 2, 2008. And also, you would what? Credit cash with 4,500, date of August 2, 2008. Good. Then now, the rule is that you what? You put in the what? Description, which in this case would be cash for van and what? Van for cash. Good?
Yes.
Remember, you know, go again. The first thing you do is put in the what? Money and the what? Date for both accounts, both van and what? Cash. When hard, you can even write the notes now. So when you pause, you can even write at this time while I'm going through. Please be sure you should write the different instruments. So what you do first, you put in, you create the accounts, van and cash, right? The accounts, van and cash. Then now you put in the what? Money and the date, in this case. Then you put in the money and the date and the what? Cash as well. In this case, and the what? Credit side, because you are losing cash while you are gaining the van. Good? And then now you put in the what? The description. And you put cash on the van. Why? Because the transactions will between van and what? Cash. So you put in the amount of the description for what? Cash, and under cash you put van as a description. Good. Any questions? The main thing is how you treat the accounts is the main thing. What account you debit and which account you what? Credit. All right. It's the main thing you do, folks. Okay. 1 minute, you do, folks. 1 minute.
Yeah, we'll put them in a drink. Just let me have one drink, sorry. I'm gonna figure out the drinks
All
later.
right, let's continue. All right, now
When you bring in something, say 17.
who that? Brown, where I say? Aquino.
Oh,
Oh. As I was saying, the important thing here is the entry, the action to take based on the transaction. In this case, the debit van, credit what? Cash. Next one. Fixtures, example shelves, are bought on what? Credit from shop fitters for $1,250 on August 3, 2008. Now we are venturing a different kettle of fish now. In this case, you you bought fixtures on what? Credit, meaning you know pay for them. Good. So what happens here? What really happens here then is that one, the fixtures would be an asset for you. However, because you know pay shop fitters yet, shop fitters now becomes your what? Liability as a business owner. Because you owe them money. Therefore, the effect is increase the asset of fixtures. Let me tell you folks. A while ago, I paused recording and never resume it. Go again. So fixtures are bought and credit from shop fitters for $1,250 on August 3, 2008. For this case, now there's an increase in the asset of what? Fixtures, so your debit fixtures account. There's an there's an increase in the liability to shop fitters that you have now. So you credit shop fitters account. All right. So therefore, you put in the money, 1,250, shop for your debit fixtures with 1,250, August 3, 2008, and you do what? Credit shop fitters with 1,250, and you put in the what? Description for shop fitters under fixtures and fixtures under what? Shop fitters. All right. Now, note how the liability of creditors is split in the accounting books so that a separate account is what? Maintained for each what? Creditor. All right. So in this case now, a liability was what? Created. Or is an increase in the liability. Good. Next transaction now. Paid the amount owing to shop fitters in cash on August 17, 2018. Now, listen to me carefully now, please. You might see me do it like this now, but that's not how you're gonna do it when you're doing a recording. All right? Listen to me carefully at this time. Now, in this case now, the liability that you have to shop fitters is now what? Decreasing. Good? And when there's a decrease in the liability, you what? Debit. So therefore, you would debit shop fitters account. Because you pay by cash now, your asset of cash is what? Decreasing. So you what? Credit the cash account. So therefore, what happens though is that you're gonna debit shop fitters account and what? Credit cash with 1250. That's what you owe. Now, combining all four of these transactions, the accounts now contain. Watch me now carefully. We would have started from up top, up here, so good. This is our first transaction, right? This is transaction 1. Then you have transaction 2. Then you have transaction 3. Then you have transaction 4. Now we're going to combine all of them together. Good? Now for cash, the first thing I do was what? That you have 10 grand. Now, let me explain something to you. When you're doing accounts, right, you would not necessarily need to write up a new shop fitters account or a new cash account, right? Don't do it. The only thing you need to do is to what? Make the entries because the accounts are already what? Created. All right? But this was done for what? Explanation purposes. Good? Now, watch how it is done now when it's combined. That's how it should be done. Now, you'd have made the first entry for August 1, then August 2, you buy the van, and you have one account, right? Now, August 3, you would have created 2 accounts. You have one for shop fitters and one for what? Fixtures. Good? Well, you bought fixtures on credit, right? Good. Now, on August 17, you paid the money that you owed shop fitters by what? Cash. So that's why under cash now there's a what? Credit entry of 1250. Good. And then now, under shop fitters now is an entry of what? 1250 as well. Which is, in this case, is cash was paid. So shop fitters are getting cash from you. So therefore, basically, you'll have canceled out your what? You'd have canceled out your liability then. Good, so you have no more liability at this moment. Good? That's that for this case. All right. I'm just saying again to you a while ago that whenever you're making your entries, once you have already created an account, right? You don't need to create another one again. Just simply make the entry under that particular account. All right. So for example, now, in this case now, you have already created a shop fitters and cash account prior to this transaction, right? You don't need to create another cash account nor a shop fitters account because you already create them already. All you would need to do is what? Just make the entries as you see here for shop fitters under cash and the entry for cash under what? Shop fitters. All right? You make the entry under the different accounts. That's all. Don't create them more than one time. If you have them created already, you just make the entry again. As simple as that. Good? Now how you enter each transaction in an account in date order and how. Once you open an account, example shop fitters, you continue to make entries in it rather than opening what? A new account for every entry. So once you have an account already, you don't need to open another one. Just continue making the entries. Like for example, in this one, you'd have opened the account for ShopFitters before. Right here, so good. Ready. Now there's another transaction with ShopFitters. In this case, with both what? Cash and ShopFitters. Good. So you would not need now open an account for Cash nor ShopFitters again, because you already have an account for what? Cash and one for what? ShopFitters. Good. So you don't need to open another account for them again. All right. Now we're gonna go through a few local transactions here and how to treat these things. Good. Now I'm gonna ask individuals to answer different questions. All right. Sashana, your time. You first.
Sir, me know sir made the no call.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. For A now, it's a board office machine and credit from B Isaacs Limited. Which two accounts are affected?
The machinery.
What would you do with it, by the way?
You're going to debit that account because it's an asset.
Good.
And credit the Isaacs.
Because what?
Because you buy it on credit, not cash.
And there's something else you must also, so because you would have created a liability.
Sir, I was about to say that.
Okay.
I was going to say it's a liability.
All right, nice. So good, something is there. All right, next person now. Next person is Miss
Kenya.
Hold on, man. Miss Michael Kishana. Are you there? All right. See again. Gillespie, where in there? God? Anthony Gillespie? God?
Everybody got all of a sudden.
Please, Duncan,
yeah.
Duncan, come up. Duncan, come up. Your time now. The proprietor.
Sorry, which one, B?
No man, B. The proprietor paid a creditor, C. Jones, from his private funds. Talk to me. So I go on this up.
Sorry, my laugh.
B, what? Try the man. The proprietor.
Really understand.
The proprietor paid a creditor, C. Jones, from his private funds. Which account would you debit? Which account would you credit? The second one,
Sir,
the
C. John, C.
And the Kenya question.
Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Who's the answer? Go ahead. Who that? What while ago?
Sir, the debit account.
For which one? Who would you debit?
Sir, the debit I go for C. Jones, sir.
Yes.
C. Jones.
Yes.
C. Jones and the proper
private funds.
Sir. Yeah. That come from the credit. That is a liability.
No. Hold on. C. Jones. Hold on, man. C. Jones was your liability, but you would have paid for now. However, the proprietor paid from his private funds, meaning that he is investing more capital. So therefore, you would debit the account to be debited to be C. Jones, yes. However, you would write what? You would credit what? Capital. Because it is private fund. I remember say, basically what he's doing is that he's paying some money as capital, right? So that's why.
Oh.
So, you get me? I say? There's a private what? Funds. So it will be C Jones and capital. So you would debit C Jones, credit what? Capital. All right. See now, I'm gonna find some of this now. Michael, ready now? Ready. Davis, Brianna. Brianna,
Yes, sir.
please answer the question C 2.1. A debtor Nfox paid us in cash. Which account you would you debit and which account would you credit?
Sir,
Huh?
Nfox will be the account to be debited.
Yeah, much money.
Not to quick credit, sorry.
Okay, okay. And which account to be debited, by the way? Which account to be debited? Tanman? You have Nfox. A cash, of course, yes. Because you're receiving cash there. Note, read. A debtor Nfox paid us in what? Cash. You follow me, darling? So therefore,
Yes, sir.
Nfox was your what? Debtor. So therefore, you'd have created Nfox account and what? Debit what? Cash. Good? All right.
Right.
Thank you. Jenny folks, don't be shy. Everybody can answer. Only know me stay already. For last year, we just love run joke. So if you said a while ago, no pay me no mind, please. But everybody have to answer. I want to know see somebody I learn. Fiona, come up. Fiona Moore. Fiona. Oh, time running out. All right. You're gonna rejoin this session immediately. All right, and we continue. Okay. So in the long night, hi. The name Steve.
Hey, Fiona.
No. When you come back, man, when you come back. Please rejoin as soon as possible.
Fiona.